Hashtag Hapster and Thaxter with you here in Bel Air, Maryland on a cool and crisp, sunny afternoon to watch the McDonough Eagles take on the John Carroll Patriots in what is their last IAAM conference game of the year. So let me tell you a little bit about John Carroll. John Carroll is, I thought it was 30 minutes north of Baltimore. Mr.
45.
Mr. Thacker and I, and again, this is Hap Cooper. I'm here with Steve Thacker, my play-by-play man.
Hello, everybody.
We just found that it's a lot further than we thought it was. Sitting here on 87 acres, home to 700 students, founded by Lawrence Cardinal Sheehan in 1964. This was named after John Carroll, who was the United States' first Catholic Archbishop. Did you know that, Steve?
I did not know that.
He's from the Patriot Carroll family, thus the moniker. And his brother, Daniel, signed the Constitution. His cousin, Charles Carroll, signed the Declaration of Independence.
Like I say every game, Hap, you're full of information that I never, ever would have discovered.
To know.
No, I think it's interesting information.
Well, Charles Carroll's son built Homewood, which is the iconic manse on Johns Hopkins University.
Wow.
So this family has been very seminal to the...
Very good to Baltimore.
Yeah.
And the surrounding area.
But let's talk lacrosse. This John Carroll team is... If McDonough were going to overlook a team this year in the IAAM, this would be the day, and I'll tell you why.
And not someone you want to overlook, by the way.
Well, that's where I'm going. This team comes in with 11 losses, and McDonough has already locked up the number one seed in the tournament, which starts Friday in the first round. We'll get a bye until Tuesday. But I would not make that mistake of overlooking these guys. Of their 11 losses, they've only lost one by more than 5 goals, and that was to NDP. So they've been in every game. They've had losses to good teams like Glenville Country and Spalding, and they beat the pants off Bryn Mawr the other day. So they're a tough team. They're tricky tough. And the last time we came out here on their home field, it was one of the strangest games I've ever seen. I don't know if you remember that day, Steve.
The only thing I can remember, which you're obviously alluding to, Hap, is whenever we play these guys, and I guess maybe this is a case with a lot of teams, but previous record doesn't seem to matter. These guys always play us tough. They're aggressive. They're physical. They've got some very nice players on their team. Not sure, why they haven't been able to put more victories together this year, but these guys always give us fits. Or give us a fit. 2
years ago, we fell behind quickly to these guys by 3 or 4 goals. It was like we were hit by a stun ray. We just couldn't move, and we sort of struggled to get it together and eked out an 8-6 win. But it was tough.
Yeah, I don't want to see one of those today.
No.
Would like to go into the playoffs with a nice, strong finish. Of course, we got Century on Thursday, which we all know what happened last year with Century.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we've looks like we've done the stick checks, and the girls have done their chant, because we can't really call it a song, because it's not really a song. It's a cheer or a chant. I'm not sure which category it falls under, Hap.
It's been good luck for us.
And I have never asked my daughter to clarify the verbiage, but it's their little thing, and as we all know, and you know this by all the things that the parents are required to do with the type of water that the whoever's turn it is has to buy, how we have to do certain things. Obviously, their chant, they're very superstitious, and kind of goes to the legacy that, as we were talking about this weekend when it was alumni weekend, that the alumni, former lacrosse players that come back to visit, the legacy that they've set forth, and our girls try to keep it going and honor the things that they started.
That's what happens when you have a tradition like this.
Yeah.
And when you're
winning
the games, is you try to repeat all those little things.
teams are on the field. Looks like we've got our normal starting lineup. We'll start with the defense on our left. Draw is getting ready to go with Maddie Jenner, but the attack is on our left. We are going from right to left, defense to offense. There's the first draw, right to Andy Aldave, who gets hammered, but fortunately the ref blows the whistle. But we've got Robinson, Anderson, May, and Hoffman on attack. And Blair Perry takes the pass from Andy Aldave across the restraining line, barrels into the middle, and gets a shooting space called. So she has a free position here with 29:32. She has a nice shot just over the goal, but Anna Robinson's back there to maintain possession for the Eagles. We've got Aldave, Perry, and Jenner, as I mentioned, starting at midfield, our typical midfield or traditional midfield. And we've got Donovan, Dorsey, Roth, and Elise back on defense. So Eagles are too many Patriots coming after him. Andy Aldave with a phenomenal feed into the middle to Rachel Anderson. A great shot, but hit a pipe on the left-hand side. So she got past the goalie, but unfortunately was about an inch too far to the left. But Blair Perry got the rebound. Nice ground ball, hustled after it as she always does. And the Eagles are working around the left-hand side. We've got Robinson to the back to Katie May. Katie May coming around, dishes it off to Andy Aldave, who gets I guess that must have been is it shooting space or 3 seconds. What was that? Half shooting space, maybe?
Space. Yeah, she wasn't within it.
So Andy's got a free position on the far hash, maybe one hash in. Referee is clearing everybody out of her way so Andy can bury it right in the net. Let's see how she does here. She's getting ready for the whistle. She throws it high right into the goalie's net stick.
That didn't look like a shot.
But now we're redefending. Unless she was trying to dish it off to Katie May. Oh, Andy with a nice redefend, nice check out of the stick, but the ref did not like the way she did it. So he blew the whistle. Now they're about midfield getting ready to try to take it over. But McDonough is aggressively redefending. There's the restart. They're at midfield. McDonough's trying to keep him from going over the restraining line, but didn't have much success there. So now see how that I don't understand that. Maddie Jenner is standing there playing defense, not moving an inch, and the ref calls shooting space. I don't really understand that. But anyway, the Patriots have a free position shot on Cooper, and she puts it in the back of the net with a nice bounce shot off stick with a bouncer right about hip high. So it's a very nice shot. And other than last Saturday, Hap, we've started off the way we've started the last 3 or 4 games, down 1-0. 22 minutes left in the first half. Patriots on the board first with a nice free position shot, lefty. So there's our first switch. We've got, looks like Emma Sheddig coming in on midfield. Julia Dorsey moving from defense to offense. And should have, yes, we've got Ava Class in on defense, taking Julia's place. Did we do a switch on attack? Is that Megan Mixit just came in? It is Megan Mixit just came in. So he's already done a personnel switch. Interesting. Nice draw by Maddie, right to herself. Goes backwards to Elise, who takes it across the restraining line with no issue, as she normally does. She's got great speed. And the Patriots were offsides by about 20 yards, and the ref finally saw it. So he blew the whistle, even though it really didn't have an impact. And now he's... Okay, I thought he was going over the scorekeeper to tell him something while the clock's running, but... So clock's running, and we're having discussions among... I guess they're just trying to get the girls in proper position because of the penalty. So we started it back up. Hoffman's got the ball on the left-hand side. Off to Julia Dorsey at the top. And who just came in? Kayla Abernathy just came in, one of our freshmen. Been putting a lot of time in, doing a nice yeoman's work for the Eagles. Katie May has it on the right side, and she tried to face dodge a girl, but apparently she did something to Katie that the ref didn't like. So she's now got free reign into the goal and puts it in the back of the net. Very nice move. Katie, as she always does, made the goalie, as Shane Abernathy puts it, move like a bowl of Jell-O, and made it move about 5 times before she buried it in the back of the net for a 1-1 tie with 20:43 left in the first half. So, Hap, that's nice to see us get off to I wouldn't say we got off to a slow start. We just not one of Andy Aldavi's best shots, and then they transitioned it into a goal. But
we also had a nice shot by Rachel that caught a pipe.
Yes, that's a good point.
Those were 2 opportunities we had right out of the gate.
Yeah, because she got it past the goalie, but unfortunately just an inch or 2 to the left. So now we got another draw with Maddie Jenner still at the center. Gives it to herself again. Very nice. She gets it in her stick, and as you know what, Hap, is do you think this has been a scouting thing that because it seems like every team we've played, once Maddie draws it to herself, they're all attacking her stick way up high, which
that's the book. The book is get it on the ground or attack her stick once the ball's in there. The problem is getting to her stick's tough.
Yeah, she's so
about
tall.
8 feet in the air, and it's on the other side of her. So
now, see, this is what I really like the Patriot, the way they play, or at least historically. They are very aggressive, which I love. Oh, man, what a great feed to Emma Sheddick from Katie May. Does a quick stick. The goalie got barely a piece of it, and the ball comes to rest about a half a centimeter outside the goal line. So the goalie was able to sweep it up before it went in. So technically, I guess you got to give the goalie a save on that one, right, Hap? Coming from the goalie parent. So she slowly walks it up the field as the Eagles continue to mark up all the girls. Typically what happens here, eventually Coach Robinson gets tired of this, and he has one girl attack the goalie, trying to keep all the other girls covered, which of course is very difficult when one person's on the goalie. One girl broke free. She's got it across the midline now, trying to keep her from going over the restraining line. Now she throws it all the way back to the goalie, who dishes it. They change fields. Very good play. Oh, she lost it now. Now we got to fight for the ball, but she comes back up with it. And they just got it across the restraining line. So Patriots have it for their second set on offense, streaking across the middle, and goal for the Patriots. Not very good defense there, Hap, as the girl pretty much came by herself, streaking down the middle, and was wide open and really gave Coop no chance there with a mano-a-mano from about 2 feet outside the goal circle. 18:57, 2-1 Patriots lead. And we've got a switchback on midfield as Paris and Aldave come back in. There's the whistle. Maddie again gets the ball. So, Hap, you alluded to this. I don't know if it was. I think it was 2 games ago, where the score is not reflective of our control of the draw.
It usually is, but today not so much.
At least not yet. So Coach Robinson's not happy right now, partly because of the score, and he's complaining about the positioning that they gave Maddie after the whistle. It didn't really hurt because we've got control of it on our offensive end. Anderson's got it on the left elbow right now. She's coming across the middle, decides to back up. Now she sees Katie May on the side. Katie's trying to work her magic. Back up top to Andy Aldave. Great feed inside. Nice shot by Megan Mix. Goalie had a nice kick save, but Rachel Anderson is behind the cage to maintain possession for the Eagles.
Is this the 19 goalie that's committed to Maryland?
No idea. Hap, come on, that's your department. I know the McDonough personnel. Don't have the everybody else's.
I assume she is. That's a very nice save.
So we're working it around the back. Katie's got it behind the cage, looking for a feed. John Carroll's playing very aggressive defense. Love that defense. Blair Paris trying to take it in. Gets whistled. Girl knocks Paris and jostles her goggles off of her eyes, but no, it wasn't a yellow card or anything. I just think with all the gyrations that Blair's goggles got out of whack a little bit. But she's got a free position shot on the near side here. No, another miss, but Megan Mix is back there for the retrieval. So Eagles maintain possession with 16:53 left in the first half. Patriots lead 2-1. Waiting for the whistle, Megan Mix has the ball behind the cage. Off to Katie May. Oh, Julie Hoffman came streaking around. Andy Aldavi with a great feed from Katie May. And once again, Andy Aldavi with her patented sidearm bullet to the back of the net. She has got some pinpoint accuracy with her shots.
That looked like a sniper shot.
Love the way she changes levels. Really, goalie has no idea where that ball's going, and with the speed she puts on it, her accuracy when she's on cage is usually ends up in the back of the net. So we got a 2-2 tie here with 16:37 left in the first half. See if we can get another draw and make the score more indicative of what we've been able to do so far. A lot of activity out here at Patriots campus today, Hap. Got tennis, got looks like a little spring football, got some boys lacrosse. Maddie, once again, gets it to herself. Up the field to Blair, who passes it off to Aldave. Andy's coming in. That's got to be shooting space. Hap, but not. Oh,
my Lord.
Andy with another bullet, but unfortunately hits the crossbar. Comes all the way out to Maddie Jenner, who was almost at the restraining line. Caught it in midair. Takes it in herself and buries it in the back of the net. Nice low right shot. And goalie just didn't have a chance. And Maddie, as she sometimes does have with that 6'1" frame and the extra long arm, she gets that stick way up high. Goalie has no idea if she's going to shoot high, shoot low, and she gets that tremendous leverage on that shot. Nice movement on the Eagles. So we got our first lead of the game, Hap.
That shot that Andy took rebounded all the way to the restraining line. Maddie picked it off. I'm glad she's as tall as she is. She grabbed it there and went right back in.
Does Andy get an assist for that?
I think so.
All right, Maddie's on the circle again. Blair and Andy still in. Maddie sends it to herself across the restraining line. Actually, that time she threw it to herself, but towards the offensive side. So she didn't even need any help getting it across the restraining line. Anna Robinson's got it off to Hoffman. Hoff looks like she's getting ready to take this girl one-on-one. Nice. Oh, really? Okay, so Julia Hoffman just face dodged, broke two different girls' ankles on the way in. She buried it in the back of the net, but unfortunately they called shooting space. But it did not impact us as the free position is successful. Julia Hoffman with a nice bounce shot into the back of the net for a 4-2 Eagles lead with 15:44, it looks like, Hap. I was going to say 15:99, but I don't think that's possible in clockwork, is it?
It is not.
Yeah, it looks like 15:44. Sun's directly on the scoreboard. Nice scoreboard, but had me confused there for a second. All right, so we've got now we've got another shift at midfield. So Sheddig and Dorsey come back at midfield, and let's see any other changes. Hat we got Robinson, Mix is still in there on attack with
Get that
Anderson.
Goal for me, 'cause I need it.
15:44. Now where is? Oh, I know. Okay, so he's got 5 girls on the defensive side for the draw. Wow, okay, so the Patriots win their first draw because of a whistle. Illegal procedure is the call.
I'm going to tweet this out. Who scored that last goal?
Julia Hoffman.
Right.
Free position after she already made it on the 2 face dodges. So the Patriots have it on their offensive end. Back behind the net, 4-2 deficit for the Patriots. Up top, trying to work it around. McDonough girls doing a nice job marking up their girls. She tried to feed it in the middle, and Hannah Roth came up with a nice interception off to Nicole Elise. She rotates back and gives it to Julia Dorsey. Just might decide to pick it up as she typically does. And she takes it across the restraining line, heading into the middle, and then we got shooting space called. Nice job by Julia not to slow up. She saw an opportunity to take it into the net, and the Patriots got called for a free position here at 14:35. Julia takes it in and misses a cage, but McDonough is back there, although they've given it to the Patriots, which that's that one rule, Hap, I think in girls lacrosse. It's not the closest to the end line, it's the closest to the ball, correct? And so our Eagle line and the ball went to the right side, so she technically was closer, even though Anna Robinson may have been closer to the end line. Anyway, Patriots ball at the top. Not the best defense, but They knock it out of her stick, and Julia Cooper, I'm giving Julia a save on that because it actually did trickle towards the goal.
Not much of a shot.
Julia picked it up. Well, we got to give her credit for a save there, don't we, Hap?
Sure.
Dad?
Sure.
All right, so now we've got it across the restraining line. Oh, Megan Mix sees an opportunity to take it in, but a couple of Patriots crashed on her, so she pulls it back out. Smart play. Back behind to Anna Robinson, who's got it around to Katie May. Bringing it around the right side or the far side of the field. Oh, nice. She had a nice feed in there. And got it knocked out of Julia Dorsey's stick, but fortunately May was right there to pick up the ground ball. And she pulls it back out after a few gyrations. Another inside feed to Anderson, but she has to pull it out. Off to the right over to, looks like Kayla Abernathy over there, who's now in. Oh, nice move by Kayla Abernathy, but great save by the goalie. And then we knock it out of the girl's hand, but the referee didn't like the way we did it, so he blew his whistle. So now the Patriots have the ball, waiting for the restart here, but she's going to have to get through a cadre of Eagles. And as we've talked about many times, this is one of the things that Coach Robinson... Wow, okay, so this girl's got some wheels. She just ran right by us. Number one, and takes it all the way up the field. Dishes it off to her teammate, who's now takes it behind the goal, trying to work her magic, but the Eagles are doing a nice job posting up. 4-2 lead here for the Eagles with 12:21 left. Getting all kinds of texts here about our broadcast, Hap. I'm getting some flack for using the word gyration. I don't know. Is that bad? Is that just saying that I need to change up once in a while, that I'm too predictable? Oh, that's got to be a charge. No, he doesn't call it a charge, though. He actually had his flag up. I'm confused about that. He had the yellow flag up, but she shot.
If they shoot, it goes back in the pocket. If they don't get a shot off, then...
So why is he giving it to... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought that he was explaining the foul.
No, they shot and ran it out. If they hadn't shot, they would have had a free position.
We're getting some comments on the wind, Hap. And yes, it is windy here. Fortunately for me, I have the little doohickey that blocks the wind, but Hap's unfortunately fell off, and after a 10-minute scavenger hunt, we were unsuccessful in finding it. So
if this wind gets too bad, let me know and I'll unplug.
So we've got the Patriots with the ball up top. 11 minutes left in the first half. 4-2 Eagles lead. Emma Sheddig. Oh, no, that's not Emma. That's Nicole Elise marking her girl up. Came streaking across the middle, but Cooper picks up the ground ball. She's trying to outrace all the Patriots. They're chasing after her. She's trying to unload it, and she's successful. Gives it off to Class, who makes a nice catch. Patriots foul her. Now she's waiting for the restart. Looks like she's looking back to Cooper, who then gives it off to Marge. Marge is going to take it across, bring it near field over to Elise. Nicole streaking up the middle of the field. I say streaking a lot too, by the way. And then she dishes it off to Emma Sheddig, who now pulls it out, gives it to Hoffman, who dishes it to Anderson in the middle. And then Patriots get called for a foul. Apparently he didn't like what the girl did to Rachel, so Rachel's going to have a free position right up top, just right of center. She's going to take it in. And
my word.
Wow, that was like a change-up, Hap. So Rachel goes in, and even though the Patriots are crashing on her, she shoots. The girl's stick keeps it from going really hard, but the goalie was so messed up with the change of speed.
The shot was going low, but because of the check, it floated out high like a knuckleball.
That reminds me of my pitching days.
The goalie dropped, and the ball went right over her shoulder into the top of the net at about 4 miles an hour.
Nothing more fun as a pitcher than changing speeds and watching the batter just lunge forward and miss the ball by about a foot. So anyway, we got a goal. 9:56 left in the first half. 5-2 Eagle lead. Maddie Jenner on the draw with Andy and Blair, it looks like, back on the circle. Got our starting attack back in. And who's that on defense? Is that... Looks like it might be Ava. It's hard to tell from here. So maybe Dorsey's getting a little rest. So Maddie gets the draw. Whoops, she had the draw. And then the Patriots they called us over the line. Looked like the Patriots stepped across the line. Not so sure about that call, but really doesn't matter what I think. So they're giving the Patriots the ball back at midfield. Actually, right where the draw took place, right smack in the center. So they bring it across the restraining line as the Eagles settle into the defense. Ava Class marking up her girl. They bring it back up top. Looks like you got Jenner, Aldave, and Peri up top on defense. Hannah Roth marking up her girl on the right side. Oh, nice move. Nice little face dodge by the Patriots. Switch from right hand to left hand. And a little bit like Rachel Anderson's shot. It looked like it was kind of a change-up. She bounced it in, and it literally, if it had bounced an inch higher, would have gone over the goal. So it literally went under the crossbar. A little tough to defend from that close and as much of a bounce as that was, plus with the change of speed. So 9:05 left in the first half. Eagle lead at 5-3. Got a beautiful day here at Patriots campus, 75 degrees. As I think our audience has discovered, we got a little breeze out here, but beautiful sunny day. I tell you, we've won all these draws, Hap. I'd like to see a different score. And Maddie, again, draws it to herself. Has she thrown one draw to Andy or Blair?
Yes, one to
Just
Andy.
One to Andy, okay. But she's everything else. So I guess maybe Maddie's seen a tendency from her opponent. Oh, look at that. Beautiful feed. I tell you what, that's my favorite feed. That's Aldave to Jenner. Andy lofts it up about 9 feet in the air where nobody can get it but Maddie. She grabs it, does one little twist to the stick, and then buries it in the back of the net. 6-3 Eagle lead with 8:99 left, Hap. 8:44 left in the first half. That's beautiful, beautiful movement. And, you know, that's one of the things about our senior leadership on this team. Just very smart players. Andy's smart enough to know she doesn't need to throw a bullet. She doesn't need to, thread the needle. She can just loft it up where nobody else but Maddie can get that. And she buries it in the back of the net. Off for another draw here. Once again, Maddie throws it way up in the air, gives it to herself. Off to Blair, who gets it across the restraining line. She was trying to find Andy, but Andy was covered by one of the Patriots, so Blair had to take it herself. Andy gets another. Well, she got hammered, and no whistle. But another sidearm shot, just a little wide, but Anna Robbins is back there to maintain possession for the Eagles. So Anna, nice in the middle, great feed. Anna Robinson, sister to sister. Anna Robinson to Blair. Blair catches it with the left, shoots with the left, and that brings us with a timeout for the Patriots as the Eagles are starting to extend their lead. Now it's 7-3 Eagles with 8:13 left. Last conference game, as you pointed out, happened. Because of that, we got a nice crowd out here of McDonough parents standing up on the hill. If you've never been to Patriots Stadium, or John Carroll Stadium. I don't know what they call it here.
This is
but
another one of those hills that could someday turn into a nice set of bleachers.
That's what we need to do at McDonough. But it gives a nice view for the fans, as you can sit up on top of the hill, you can sit on the hill, you can sit on the steps. You got lots of options for your viewing pleasure. And if you're not here and you're listening to us, hopefully you got a great option too.
You're sitting in traffic.
Sitting in your car, maybe sitting in traffic.
We're a slightly better option than
sitting in a lounge chair with a favorite beverage of your choice. Got the geese flying. If maybe, I don't know if anybody can hear that in the background, but we had potential dinner just fly over our head. So 8-13. Anything you want to point out in the first half, Hap, other than the fact that I think we've won every draw except the one whistle that Maddie got for a illegal procedure?
Yeah, this could be a long day for John Carroll if they can't get possession of the ball, because Maddie's just throwing it to herself, feeding the midi. We're getting numbers. We're working the ball nicely. We're getting open near the goal.
Yeah, so 7-3, that means we've had, 11 draws, right? So we've won 10 of 11 draws, and I bet of those 10, 8 she's thrown to herself.
Yeah, so there have been, 17 minutes gone in the game, and we've got 7 goals, but it could be 11 if we'd not hit those pipes. So we're doing well. The defense has been a little looser than usual. All 3 of their shots have been from up close. So let's see if that tightens up and they return to the Berlin Wall that they've been all year.
Our defense has really had a good season, haven't they, Hap?
Yeah, unbelievable. I understand that Catherine Dunn of the Sun Papers came and talked to Scott about the defense the other day. So
oh, really?
yeah, maybe.
Oh, that's cool.
Article.
That'd be nice. Get a little pub for the girls.
Wow, that is
Maddie.
so clean.
Maddie once again throws it to herself, and then dishes it off to Andy, who's now off to Hoff. Well, here's an unusual start for the Eagles. Hap, we've got 7 goals, and I think Hoff only has 1. Oh, nice feed from Hoff to Katie May, but her little doohickey didn't work, so she pulls it back out, gives it to Andy. Uh-oh. Well, I think we had a little mix-up in communication. Andy thought Julia was going to keep coming around the crease, thought she was open. Andy threw it to where she thought she was going to be, and the Patriot intercepted it. They took it all the way down past the restraining line, and then our defense, as we were just alluding to, Hap, makes a nice well, it wasn't an interception. It was a stick in the air to block
Steve,
it.
I made the analogy our defense of the Berlin Wall. Someone just texted me that the Berlin Wall came down.
That's not Hoff just took her second shot of the game, but the goalie made a nice save. Now John Carroll's got it heading across midfield. We're trying to keep her from making all the way across, but she gets across the restraining line with Aldave hot in pursuit. But the Patriots settle it behind the net, behind their cage, and they're setting up their offense. Sounds like John Carroll just called an offensive play, so they're switching some people around. Now, we got a little face guard going on, Hap.
Yeah.
Paris is face guarding number 1, the girl that we alluded to that came flying down the field with all that speed about 10 minutes ago.
She's cutting, but she's not going to run past Blair.
Yeah, no, Blair's hot on her trail. Defense, I love their nice low positioning. Now, oh, wow. Looked like she actually flipped it out of her own stick, but the referee didn't like the way Julia was playing defense, which it didn't even look like Julia Dorsey even touched her. It looked like she just kind of threw it out of her own stick. Took a nice shot, but Coop went way down low, bent all the way down into the crouch like a catcher, and just made a great save. Dishes it out to Julia Dorsey, who is now taking it across the restraining line by herself, and then dishes it off to Blair, who settles it down. And Eagles are taking time here. 5:45 left in the first half. 7-3 Eagles. Now another whistle. Not sure what that's all about. Nobody's offsides. And the referee says, "My bad, inadvertent whistle." Okay, so inadvertent whistle. Not sure where that came from.
Wow.
And Hoffman has a nice feed into Katie, who came across the front of the cage, and she got hammered by at least 3 different Patriots. So now she's got a free position, but I'm not sure she's going to be able to. Oh, beautiful feed from May to Hoffman, who just throws a bullet and about a half an inch over the crossbar. But Anna Robinson back there to maintain possession for the Eagles. She's going to dish it off to Megan Mix, number 8, who's playing on the left side, as she always does. Megan looking for somebody to feed it to. Julia Dorsey up top. Shedig was going after the ground ball with another one of the Patriots, but she gets pushed down, so ref blows the whistle. 4:25 left, 7-3 Eagles. And Emma pulls it out and reset the offense with Hoffman taking charge here. Off to Dorsey. Nice cut by Anna Robinson. Tries to shoot left-handed. And then Katie May gets the rebound. Comes around herself. Dishes it off to Hoffman. 3 Patriots all over her.
Oh, come on.
And they call a warding off on Hoffman, as 3 of them are just all over her. So Patriots ball, hard to see from this angle, but once again, our angle really doesn't matter according to the ref. 3:45 left. Patriots get it across the restraining line. Julia Dorsey marking up the girl with the ball. Now Hannah Roth marking up her girls. They take it back behind the cage. Coach just called for a double team. Shedig is running after her, but hasn't been able to catch her yet.
Wide open in the middle.
And, oh, here we go. This is going to be tough for Coop. So we called the double team, which I have to be honest with you, Hap. A double team has worked about half the time this year. Somehow they end up, well, obviously if you're double teaming somebody, that means somebody's open, but I guess somebody's supposed to slide. But 2 girls open in the middle with only 1 Eagle there to defend, and it was just became too much. So nice shot by the Patriots for a 7-4 McDonough lead with 3:25 left in the first half. I love the double team, Hap, but like most things, I only like it when it works.
That time it did not work.
So now we got our first midfield back in with Andy and Blair on the circle and Maddie taking charge in the middle. We got Elise, Class, Donovan, and Roth on defense. And once again, Maddie throws it to herself. And Maddie tries to throw it upfield to Mix, and an errant pass. Megan tried to do her best Brooks Robinson imitation on the one bounce, but it was just didn't happen. So Patriots have it. They're at midfield trying to get it across the restraining line, and now they are. Now here's number 1 with her speed, but she's marked up on Marge Donovan, who gets called for a love tap, which I don't know. I've seen more aggressive love taps than that, and with no whistle. But in any case, Patriots ball right now, and she comes around and she buries it in the back of the net for a 7-5 Eagles lead. So the Patriots timeout looks like it had a little bit of effect there, Hap, as they've gotten 2 straight goals, and we have taken maybe 1 shot since then. 2:38 left in the half, 7-5 Eagles lead, and as we discussed before the game started, we always seem to play these guys to a close game. So there's been 13 draws, we've won 12, and we've got a 2-goal lead. That doesn't add up, does it?
No, this is not comfortable.
You know we're near the water up here, so you see an osprey flying over the field looking for dinner. Maddie throws it to herself once again. So once again, we've got the draw. Maddie needs to get rid of it. She gets mauled by 2 Patriots, and the ref blows his whistle. Off to Hannah Roth, who will take it across. Actually, no, she just passes it across to Andy, who then dishes it off to Rachel Anderson, back behind the net to Megan Mix. And then, she was thinking about giving it to Katie May, but the Patriot tried to jump in the way. Now Katie's got it. Everybody's cutting around the middle. Nice little play. They had looked like a double pick there, and Andy came around the fence. You remember that? tough angle. Anderson tries to just, is there anything smaller than threading the needle? Whatever that is, that's what she was trying to do.
Yeah,
wasn't successful, but she got her own rebound, which is nice. So we've got control right now. And then another whistle on the Eagles. Maybe an illegal pick or something. I can't imagine we haven't heard Jack Miller yelling about the calls on these refs right now. Number 1 coming up the field. Andy's hot on her trail, but she's pretty quick. So another whistle on Marge, number 1, outside the 8, but it looks like she's going to essentially get a free position shot. But she pulls it out, as it wasn't really a free position shot because the referee allowed Andy to essentially stand right next to her. So 128, 7-5 Eagles lead. Patriots are settling into an offensive set here. Sounds like they're getting some instruction from their coach. Take it across the left, back up to the top. Looks like they might be satisfied with attempting to make this a 1-goal game before the whistle blows or the horn blows. 1:05 left in the half. Now we're running that double team again. These refs don't really like the love taps. Ava Class barely touched the girl.
Well, they put the wrong girl behind her, so now both girls are behind her. So we're way down now.
Now another whistle.
On Scott.
Yellow card on Scott.
Chris, maybe?
Scott or Chris, because apparently they're barking at the ref, tired of watching his calls, and I guess by the yellow card, refs tired of hearing them chirp. So we're going to be down a man for the last minute of the first half and the first minute of the second half with a 7-5 Eagle lead. Coach decided to take Megan Mix out from defense, but then, of course, you still... Now the fans are starting to get restless. The girl looked like she tripped over herself, but, you know, as they say in girls lacrosse, if you fall, you might get the call. Coop with a great save on the free position. Another whistle. These love taps are not really happy about, and I'm sure that even though Scott and Chris are now rather quiet, the blood pressure, what's a bad blood pressure, Hap? 190 over over something. Scott's is probably about 170, and Chris is probably about 190 right now. So now she's outside the 8, but they're still trying to position all the girls the way they want them. And actually he moves Maddie from one side of the field back behind the girl. And I don't really understand that. But anyway, so Eagles are a man down. We got 40 seconds left on the clock. John Carroll, looks like they're probably going to be satisfied with just working the offense, maybe not giving if they don't make the shot, trying not to give the Eagles another opportunity on offense.
They're going to take this shot. They'll probably wait till
they're going to take the shot. I'm just saying they're going to milk it down far enough where if it's an errant shot, it doesn't give us an opportunity to then respond on the offensive side. Down to 10 seconds. Defense is doing a great job. Nice defense on the Eagles' part. Down to 3 seconds. And she misses the shot and as his clock runs out. So Eagles finish the half with about 75 whistles in the last 2 minutes. All the whistles against us. Gosh, we had looked like an illegal block or something. We had some love taps. We had something else that I'm still not sure what they called, but it became Patriots ball. And then, of course, we got a yellow card on the bench. So that'll give you an indication of how happy our coaches are with the way they perceive this refereeing is going so far. So getting a lot of reaction on my texting. lot of discussion about the different verbiage we're using, Hap.
What are you getting hammered for now?
Well, probably stuff that I'm not supposed to say over the air.
Oh.
Not that it's bad, it's just alluding to things that you probably don't talk about at a girls' high school lacrosse game. So we'll keep it
PG?
above board, PG or even
PG-13?
G. PG-13 maybe. We can probably get away with PG-13, right?
I think.
Not sure where the delineation is, but anyway, once again, a closer game than I think we would be comfortable with. And I'm going to take advantage of our spot here on the hill and actually sit down and announce the second half. I don't know what to tell you on this first half. We've got 12 goals scored, so there's 13 draws. We've won 12, and it's a 7-5 game.
Yeah, we've had a few turnovers. We've had a few pipes. We've had some goalie saves. That girl's good. And so we're not converting our possessions. They come down, and I think they're converting a much higher percentage of their possessions.
Well, they got to be, right? Because we've won 12 of the 13 draws, and Coop's made some nice saves. They have missed the cage a couple of times, but they've also taken some shots right on our doorstep as girls have made nice cuts across the middle and just slipping in between our defense. And, of course, we had that one where we were trying to do the double and had 2-on-1. I forget who the defender was, but it was 2-on-1.
Scott Robinson, I think, has been doing some different things to try to shake them up. He was face guarding their number one, who is fast as lightning.
She is very quick.
And
so what do you? So with that said, with all that we just said, what do you think Coach Robinson's message is at halftime? Are we playing bad? Or are we just not shooting well? What do you think? What's the message there? Because giving up 5 goals in a half is not. That doesn't tell me we're playing bad defense.
No, I think he's going to work on execution. We've had some shots high. We've hit the pipe a bunch of times. I think he's going to talk about just taking your time, seeing net, putting the ball in the goal.
Efficiency.
It looks like he's pretty calm over there. He's probably just saying, play your game. This thing is closer than it deserves to be, probably.
Well, I think part of it, too, is, and I think we've talked about this before, I mean, lacrosse from a referee standpoint, is a very subjective game. So you really got to understand what the refs are calling and adjust your game accordingly.
Yeah,
so if they're calling the love taps, you got to be a little bit better at moving the feet, staying in front of your girl, and not relying so much on the push or the love tap.
Whenever there's contact, any kind of collision, anybody falls down, we're not going to get the call, and that's okay. If we know that, we just have to play a super clean game, use our feet, not our sticks, and use technique to get us out of this. Every now and then you run into a crew that is like this. I'm having all these parents are coming by using words that we cannot repeat on the air in reference to the officiating. Hey, it is what it is.
Yes.
This happens.
It would be nice if they called it both ways. That doesn't always happen. It usually does, though. But you gotta adjust your game. And complaining about it, I'll bet you $1,000 that they're not going to change their call. Yeah. Once the call is made, and I think actually chirping too much ends up having a negative effect.
Well, we saw the yellow card there at the end of the game.
Well, besides the obvious, that. But I think, you get a 50-50 ball, and ref's going to just the human nature of it might tend to side with the team that's not giving them a hard time.
It's
Who knows?
Human nature. Yeah, and you can't help it, and you don't even know it. As an official, you don't even recognize the bias because it's a bias.
So let's see what squad he starts out with here. I'm assuming he'll bring the first crew out.
I think that McDonough's probably focused on getting possessions and goals. A little sprint here. See if we can
Well, but that's you're right. We've gotten possession. Now we just got to be more efficient with our shooting. I wonder if there's anybody that has a cooler available where I could get a drink of water. All right, so the Eagles are out on the. We've got. Is that Megan Mix starting at attack on the far side there? So we've got Katie May, Julia Hoffman, thank you. Just trying to scour the crowd for a spot of water here. Oh, we're down a man. That's right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Van Dorsey, one of our loyal parents, helping me with a set of eyes and a memory lapse of mine. Of course, it's right there on the scoreboard. Got a minute 2 left on the penalty. Aldave and Peri on the circle. Now, if they get possession, Hap, I wonder if Chris does his patented put everybody off sides until they recognize it, and then as they correct it, burn 20 minutes off the clock. But it doesn't matter because we got possession. Maddie grabs it out of the air, gets knocked to her knees, and from her knees actually throws a nice crisp pass to Andy, who takes it across the restraining line. So now that we've got possession, Hap, it looks like Coach Robinson's going to be happy to burn off that minute. And it's 40 seconds left in the penalty. Katie May's bringing it all the way out to the corner. Now, John Carroll's called for the double team. Good luck with that on Katie. And she's got just crazy good stick work. They did something the ref didn't like, so they actually called a whistle or blew a whistle on the Patriots, which helps us even more as another 5-10 seconds burns off. Open. Katie takes it around for a man-down goal. Love that. For an 8-5 lead. Katie May, again, senior leadership, 4-year starter, recognizes what's going on. So the two girls that were double-teaming Katie behind the cage on the whistle obviously had to go behind Katie. So Katie had a free sprint from the back of the cage to the front where she could, again, make the goalie wiggle like a bowl of Jell-O and fake her 2 or 3 times before she buries it in the back of the net. So still got 13 seconds left on the penalty, but we're able to increase our lead to 8-5 with 24:10 left in the second half. Smart play by Katie May. Same personnel, obviously no switch with only 50 seconds gone in the half. Oh, imagine that. Maddie draws it to herself again, draws some sort of whistle, which again is going to keep running the clock. And now we're back to even, which I assume Coach has recognized. And here comes Anna Robinson in on attack. She gets it over to, who is that over there? Is that? Oh, that's Emma Sheddick. Okay, sorry. 53-year-old eyes can't see that far all the time. Now Hoffman. Hoffman's going to take her on one-on-one. Couple of girls crash and keep her from going in, but Katie May's now got it off to Blair. Back to the back of the cage to Anna Robinson. Anna's looking for a cutter. That didn't work out too well.
No. We were back. 21.
It doesn't matter. He gave us our ball. Empty stick. Smart play by Andy Aldave, as she could tell that the momentum was going to take Hannah Roth over the restraining line. So Andy actually kept running and went across the restraining line so we wouldn't be off sides. Hannah Roth gets the call as the Patriots were whistled for empty stick anyway. Whoops. Oh, you know what that was? Do you see that, Hap? She tried to feed Andy, and Andy was staring right into the sun. You could see how she ducked her head because she couldn't see the ball coming.
Yeah, we've thrown.
See the angle. Right, see the angle of the shadows.
Yep.
Andy was on the far side of the cage. Katie was on the right side, and unfortunately, the angle with the sun, Andy was blinded. But we maintained the ball, so all's good. Blair comes running in. Face dodges 2 girls. Actually, a very nice feed by Hoff to Blair, I think the people who know more about lacrosse than I may not give Hoff an assist for that because she had to do so many dodges. But in my book, I'd give her an assist because without that feed, it doesn't happen. The goal doesn't happen. So 22-21, even with a man down for the first minute, 2.5 minutes into the half, we've actually added 2 goals to our lead. So nice start by the Eagles. Wow. Hopefully you couldn't hear that. That was a sneeze by yours truly. I tried to cover up the mic. Just one of those things. Couldn't stop it. Oh, another pipe. How many pipes have we hit, Hap? Is that 3 or 4?
Oh, more than that. It's magical how it works.
Wow. Okay. Pollen in the air, folks. All right. So now we got the ball back. Emma Shedig on the retrieval, excuse me. Anna Robinson. Oh, nice roll by Anna. On another pipe. She had the goalie schnookered, but unfortunately hit another pipe. But we maintained possession, so no harm. Maddie's coming in. That time didn't hit a pipe, but she also didn't put it in the back of the net as it just skipped by. But we had a whistle against John Carroll. Not sure what it is, but they stopped the clock because the ball kind of caromed off too far. So 21:38 left, and I think we have a free position. Not sure what the call was there, Hap.
Well, they're gonna
little love tap, maybe? Oh, yeah, it looks like free position for Maddie.
15, put her behind. Maddie will have it right up front.
So I would see Maddie coming in. Oh, maybe not. No, she pulled it out, gave it to Andy up top. Andy sees Katie coming around. Oh, beautiful feed by Andy. Nice shot by Katie, just a little wide. But with Anna Robinson back there, we maintain possession. Anna Robinson trying to come around the net. And she puts it in the back of the net. Nice little move by Anna Robinson. She faked left, faked right, and then came back left again and just had the Patriot on her shoulder, which gave her an opening for a right-handed shot around the left side of the cage. Wow, John Carroll calls a quick timeout with 3:42 gone in the second half. And the Eagles have gone on a 3-goal spree here for a doubling of the Patriots at 10-5. So nice start. Not sure, because we weren't there, Hap, but not sure what Coach Robinson, the words of wisdom he had. But whatever it was, it seemed to have worked at least for the first 3 minutes and 42 seconds. I'd like to keep this going and spread this score out a little bit. Give our audience a little chance to breathe easy. At least for a couple minutes here.
A chance to breathe easy for a couple minutes here.
Hap, that was kind of rapid fire. You know, for those of you who are only listening and not watching, Hap, of course, is continuing to do the Twitter. And with all the flurry of activity, he's having trouble keeping up. The thumbs just don't work that fast, do they, Hap?
Well, I'm glad it's warm, and I'm hoping that in the next 21 minutes I get to watch a little bit of this game.
Well, I hope you're right, and I hope you get to watch a good one.
The Eagles seem to be executing a little bit better. They're getting all the draws. I think in the entire
we
game,
have hit a couple more pipes.
17 draws now, and we've gotten 16 of them.
That's a pretty good percentage, isn't it?
It's not bad. It's higher math, but it's not bad. And Maddie just scorched down. Nice shot. Bounced it off the pipe.
So Shedig stays in, starting at attack. So that's interesting, Hap. So he's done a complete personnel change where Shedig normally comes in with the second round of midfielders. I don't like to call it second midfield because they're really they work in tandem because he just moves them in and out to give them a rest.
Line.
Yeah,
Line
but she's actually on attack. So you got Robinson, Hoffman, May, and Shedig on attack.
Wow.
And Maddie once again gets her own draw.
Maddie reached up over top of 2 girls.
3 Patriots around her, but when the ball's 18 feet up in the air, they're not going to be able to do anything about it. Passes it off to Eldave, who sends it up to Shedig. Thinks second thought about taking it in as 2 Patriots crashed on her out about the 12. Coach Robinson just called an offensive play. Off to Hoffman. Oh, tried a little give and go there, but we just didn't quite get it. But Sheddick comes up with a nice ground ball, maintained possession for the Eagles. Katie May working her magic. Off to Aldave. I'm not sure. Now, I don't understand. How is that not shooting space? Oh, beautiful feed from Pari to Hoffman. And Hoffman with the patented bullet.
Hoff's sights are a little high. She's had a great scoring percentage.
Some great looks, yeah. Just about 2 inches over the crossbar. Another feed, but we missed it, and we still maintain the ground ball.
We look a little sloppy here.
Yeah, look a little sloppy. Let's slow it down here, Eagles, and not try to force too many things. Blair tries to take it in, dishes it off to her sister. There we go. So Blair dumps it off to Anna, who is behind the cage. She sees Emma Sheddick cutting, nice cut across the middle. Anna feeds her for a nice little shot by Emma Sheddick. Buries it in the bottom of the net, back of the net for an 11-5 Eagles lead with 19:59 left in the game. So what do we got? A 5-goal string here, Hap, in the first 5 minutes. If we can score 5 goals every 5 minutes and not give up any, that'd be 4 goals. I'm sorry, my math was off. 7 to 11 is only 4. Anyway, if we score 4 goals every 5 minutes and don't give up any, I think that's probably would result in a victory. So we're setting up for another draw. We got Andy and Blair still on the circle. Maddie taking charge in here. Once again, throws it to herself. She's getting cornered by 2 Patriots, but again, the ref calls another whistle. I tell you, now they're starting to call it both ways, Hap. These girls have barely touched Maddie, and they keep blowing the whistle, which gets a little frustrating.
That's interesting. They met at halftime, and
that's over the head. Thank you very much.
Second half, we've been getting all the calls.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
The refs really don't like any of this physical. I mean, I wouldn't even call it physical play. I just call it girls across.
Wow.
Nice feed. Maddie Jenner to Anna Robinson. Blair to Maddie to Anna. So if this were ice hockey, Blair would get the hockey assist. But nice feed. Nice cut. Anna Robinson came from behind the cage. I don't know if her girl was asleep or she did a little head fake, but she came wide open in the middle, and Maddie saw her and just hit her stick. Anna didn't even have to move her stick. She came out from behind, showed her the stick. Maddie hit it on point, and Anna buried it in the back of the net for a 12-5 Eagles lead with 19:25 left in the half. So we have a little change here. We got refs in the way, so I can't see. Looks like Kayla Abernathy doing the draw now, and we've got Patriots with the draw control. Emma Sheddick and Julia Dorsey. Okay, so Ava Class just stood her ground right at the edge of the 8, did not move a hair. The girl came running in. She stood there, and they called shooting space. I always thought the girl had to come from the side and jump in the middle.
No, they have to be between the potential shooter and the goal within something like 15 meters. It goes way out.
So even if she started there and was standing there, wasn't moving an inch, the girl can run at her and then get shooting space called. Okay.
Yes, which is
interesting.
I think there it is again. That's ridiculous. That rule just has to be looked at.
Well, it's obviously we don't have it here and we don't have it in D3 yet, but that's going to completely change the complexion of that 90-second clock. Left-handed shot by the Patriots puts it past Cooper with a nice bounce shot. Makes it 12-6 Eagles with 18:23. Wasn't giving you guys too much of an update. I was too busy discussing the shooting space rules with my partner Hapster. So anyway, we're not going to change that rule today, are we, Hap?
No.
We don't have that kind of pull yet. But anyway, we got Abernathy on the circle, in the center for the draw, and we got Dorsey and Sheddick on the circle. Is that Bethany Lally back there on defense? That wouldn't make any sense. Is that Bethany on defense? I just can't see the numbers. No, that's Nicole Elise. Sorry, folks. Bethany plays attack. Just couldn't see the number. Anyway, Roth, Elise, Class, and Donovan on defense. Dorsey, Abernathy, and Shedding at midfield. Nice defense by Ava Class, forces a turnover, who passes it off to Abernathy, who then gets it off to Julia Hoffman, who's coming down the middle, but she wisely pulls it out as 3 Patriots converge on her. 8 left. We got Megan Mix trying to come around the right side. Oh, beautiful feed. Nice.
Oh, come on. There's no shooting space there at all. Sorry.
Wow, that was an interesting... okay.
We scored.
I mean, it was almost a quick stick, so I don't even know how you have time to call shooting space on that. Anyway, beautiful feed, beautiful shot by Sheddick, but of course they pulled out of the back of the net, which in my opinion is another rule that needs to be changed, Hap. But Emma, oh, beautiful shot. Emma didn't even move the goalie, actually, but she threw such a bullet to the top right corner of the net that the goalie just had no chance. Beautiful shot, Emma Sheddick. 13-6, Eagles, 17:06 left in the game. Hap, what do you think about, I mean, I know the whole shooting space argument about its safety, but if the ball's in the back of the net, that means nobody got hit. There's no safety issue. Kind of like pro basketball, you know, a little follow-through, a little continuation.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it actually becomes a negative for the offense.
It's almost
you pull it out, and then on the free position, the goalie ends up saving it. All right, Abernathy once again gets another draw. Oh, she had it in her stick, but somehow.
That was, and there's that call again. They're going to call it every time.
Yeah, that's very frustrating.
What I'm referring to is there's a defender standing on the 8, waiting for the JC midfielder to get down there after the draw control, and when she gets within range, they just blow the whistle and give her a free position. And again, she drops it. But this time,
thank goodness the clock doesn't stop like in college on whistles.
And look at this. She drops the thing over on the side. She gets a whistle. She's going to walk right back to where she started.
If this were college, I think we'd still be in the first half with as many whistles as we've had. Wow. Okay, so even though we are the benefactors of that, they missed the shot. They had 2 Patriots back there and Marge. They clearly were closest to the ball and closest to the end line, and yet they give us the ball. Not really sure what that ref was looking at, but anyway, our ball, Nicole Elise was bringing it up the field. She got fouled, and now she's off to Julia, and Julia takes it across the restraining line. Okay, now how was that not shooting space?
Well,
so Julia Dorsey takes it in. The girl's inside the 8, standing right in front of her, but they don't call shooting space. I'm confused about the bad pass. So the Patriots intercept it. Once again, sometimes we try to force too many things, whereas the girls have to realize that if we have the ball, then they can't score. Looked like could have gone either way there. They gave the block call as opposed to a charge, but I think you could have called that either way as both girls fell. Julia Dorsey's trying to do that sneak behind back check, but girl wised up and figured out she was coming at her. Patriots have it behind the net. Now they're bringing it back out front on the left elbow. McDonough's marking up their girls. Julia Dorsey on the girl with the ball, who's bringing it in. Now, see, how is that not shooting space based on what they were calling before,
She's
Hap?
standing sideways, which I think if you're standing sideways, it looks like you're
so that's safer.
Side.
Nice save by Coop. Little bullet by that number 1 we've been talking about. She gets it off to Andy. Andy's going to take it up the field as she crosses midfield, and she will get it across the restraining line on her own. Andy pulls it out, waits for numbers, as that fast break wasn't What the heck was that? That was a bounce pass from Anderson to Robinson. Katie May's got it behind the net. I think she's going to work her magic on this girl. She sees an opportunity. Passes it off to Andy.
Oh,
beautiful
wow.
shot, Andy. So that's an assist, Katie May. Andy with the. I don't think the goalie thought she was going to shoot it.
It looked like it went through her stick.
But she threw that right past the goalie who never saw it coming. Just a sidearm bullet by Andy for a 14-6 Eagles lead. 8-goal lead, so we've stretched the margin by 5. 13:52 left in the game. Eagles are trying to gain control of this situation, not give the Patriots any hope for any kind of momentum here. Nobody's really hustling back. Of course, the clock stops, so it doesn't matter. But, of course, if we get to that vaunted 10-goal lead half, we'd get a running clock. Of course, we still got a couple of goals to go here. 13:52 left. Maddie back on the draw, and again throws it to herself towards the offensive side, so she takes it across the restraining line herself, dumps it off to Rachel Anderson, who looks for cutting. Oh, beautiful cut. Blair just a little high on the shot, maybe 3 inches above the crossbar, but Megan Mix was back there for the Eagles to maintain control of the ball, maintain possession. Back to Anna Robinson behind the net. Oh, passes it off to Blair, who almost comes up with a great catch. But even though it fell to the ground, she comes up with the ground ball. So Eagles still have possession. 13 minutes left in the half. Maddie Jenner pulls it out. Sounds like Coach Robinson called for a play. Aldave looking for the give and go, but they saw it coming, so they cut her off. Blair teeps it herself and gets hammered across the neck. Drops the ball, but of course whistle was blown, so she's going to get a free position shot at the top of the 8 here, right smack dab in the center.
They didn't call shooting space, but they did call it when
they called it a hammer. I think she got. Oh, you got to move that girl back now that she did a false start, right, ref? Yeah, there you go. Okay, so now she's got even more of a clear opening. She might dump it off. Rachel tries to get a shot off, but she waits too long, and Patriots converge on her, but she gets hammered. So another free position shot. The clock is running too, so we're all the way down to 12:15 left in the half. I think just with that penalty right there, we burned about a minute off the clock, and nothing happened, which certainly is in our benefit, obviously, with a 8-goal lead here. Hoffman brings it around. Nice 2 or 3 fakes, moves the goalie 3 times. Just a little wide on the bounce shot, but Anna Robinson's back there to maintain possession for the Eagles. She's looking for somebody to feed. Gives it to Megan Mix behind the net. Megan's coming around the right. Tries to thread the needle there. Not sure what that call was. I think he's calling an empty stick when the goalie clearly had it in her stick. Or actually, maybe it's on the Patriots, so now maybe we have the ball.
She can't go back to the goal, can she? If a whistle is blown with the goalie out by the elbow, she's got to stay out by the elbow, right?
I'm not sure why he let her back in, but
they gave us the ball.
The good news is it's our ball.
10 yards back to the goal.
Nice little feed from Hoff to Andy, and Andy draws a free position. So now Andy's got a free position on the first hash on the near side of the field, the right side, as she's facing the goal. Andy's going to bury one. What do you think, Hap? You think she buries it? Oh, she's patient. Pulls it out. Sees no reason to rush things.
Look at that little love tap.
Oh, nice feed, but nice pickup by Rachel Anderson. The feed actually ended up on the ground, but Rachel Anderson cuts across the middle, picks up the ground ball, maintain possession for the Eagles. Megan Mix is trying to work her magic through. She gets through 2 girls, but apparently, once again, the ref doesn't like the love tapping that seems to be going on. So we've got 10:20 left in the game. Megan Mix has a free position shot. Ref's trying to get all the girls situated where he wants them. These girls are confused. They go back and forth, but it's running time off the clock, so that's good for us. Megan Mix takes a nice bounce shot, but just bounces over the crossbar. but Rachel Anderson is back there to maintain possession for the Eagles. Hap, how much time have we burned off on this possession? It's got to be at least 3.5 minutes.
Well, I think I can tell you.
Which works well for us.
The score was at 13:52. We've had the ball ever since.
And we get balls on the ground, and the Eagles come up with the ground ball again. Hoff with a nice ground ball. Looks into the middle. Oh, he calls a shot. He called that a shot. I'm not sure what these guys are doing. They called that a shot. So now the refs are going to talk. The one ref called it a shot.
What's interesting is they blew that ball back into play.
So they are calling it a shot.
They blew the ball back into play. Then they blew the whistle again to talk about whether they should have.
I'm actually surprised that with all the complaining.
And Anna steps in the crease.
So then Anna Robinson unattended by any defender, she steps into the goal circle. So maybe that was just desserts as John Carroll got the ball back there with Anna Robinson's now in hot pursuit of the goalie, who's not sure what the rest of the Eagles were looking at as the goalie is running up the field completely unprotected, and our girls were just standing there looking at her. And once again, Hap, Margaret Donovan with an interception in the middle of the field.
He's way out. Shoot, Andy.
Everybody's yelling for Andy to shoot because the goalie was out of the net, but Andy decided that we've got an 8-goal lead, so she's going to wait for numbers. Throws the feed into the middle, but it ends up on the ground. So John Carroll takes it across into their offensive. Okay, so that's another shooting space call, and the girl wasn't even looking at the net. She was looking to pass to her girl way out here on the 12. I don't know, Hap. I'm having issues with this, and I know I'm a commentator. I'm supposed to be neutral, but
not on this channel.
I don't really understand the whole shooting space thing. She wasn't even looking to go to the goal. She was looking, 90 degrees to the right to her teammate. But anyway, Eagles have a 14-6 lead with 7:50 left in the game. That had to be what was that? 6 minutes we just burned off the clock.
5.
Without the Patriots even having the ball or taking a shot. So that works in our favor, obviously. So Patriots are working it around. They got it up top. Eagle defense is standing tall, marking up their girls. 3 seconds. Who's the 3 seconds on? So Andy literally had her toe on the 8, so he called 3 seconds. So it's the same ref calling all these infractions. But anyway, Patriots have the ball, working around the back. Wow.
That's a bullet.
That was a nice bullet. She came all the way around. Actually ended up having 2 Eagles on her. I don't even think Coop thought she was going to take that shot. And she throws a slingshot in the top left of the goal. So nice shot by the Patriots. And coach is doing a goalie change as Olivia Gagan, one of our freshmen, comes in. 7 minutes left in the game. 7-goal lead for the Eagles. Coach is trying to get his freshman some experience. Now we got other personnel switches. We've got Kayla Abernathy doing the draw. Dorsey and looks like Sheddig has now moved up to midfield, away from attack. We got Mix on attack. We got Isabel Webster, number 22, senior, headed off to Yale next year. We got Bethany Lally, number 18, headed off to University of Delaware, fighting Blue Hen. And Anna Robinson also on attack. And let's see who's going to get the draw here. We got a little bit of a tussle on the white on the push, so that's Isabel Webster's ball. Isabel Webster gets a draw control. So now the refs are conferring of where everybody needs to be as the clock runs down. If I were a Patriot, I'd be having a fit right now. And now a different ref decides that a different girl should have the ball. These guys, you know what? These guys need mics like we have so they can talk to each other and straighten out their calls.
Little walkie-talkies.
Emma Shedda gets it checked out of her stick, but the girl knocks it out of bounds. So Emma gets it back, takes it across the restraining line, back to the back of the cage to Bethany Lally, who delivers it to Anna Robinson behind the cage. Looks like we're pulling it out, and we're going to make the Patriots come play defense. A little spread to score. Isabel Webster has it on the left elbow, up to Kayla Abernathy up top.
Why don't they get
who then takes it to Emma Sheddick, number 6, and then over to Julia Dorsey, who has it almost all the way out to the restraining line. Looks like she's going to go to the goal and then stops when the girl comes up and plays defense on her. Oh, Julia just almost broke the girl's ankles as she gave her 2 head fakes. So the Eagles seem very happy to just burn time off the clock. We're down to 5:10, 14-7 lead. Kayla Abernathy has it out about 2 steps from the restraining line. Back to Dorsey. Off to Shedding on the near side of the field. Right side of the cage. She's up top. Looks like she's got a one-on-one opportunity. So coach said, I guess if you get an open opportunity, take it. She pulls it back out, takes it out to Abernathy, who just runs right by her girl. Good speed for the freshman. Dishes it off to Anna Robinson, who brings it around the back of the goal to, looks like that's Megan Mix. Off to Bethany. Oh, nope, she and Bethany trade places, but doesn't pass it to Bethany. Anna Robinson's got it back behind the cage. 4:30 left. Anna Robinson looks like she's going to the cage, but just draws 2 Patriots, and so she just unloads it. So we're just burning time off the clock now. Julia
Steve,
Dorsey running around.
The audience here might wonder why we haven't mentioned Danny Jacobstein's name yet today.
Oh, gosh. Hap, don't even remind me. So Emma Shag just passed it off to Bethany Lally, but Hap was just getting ready to say we give a big shout-out to our girl Danny Jacobstein, who unfortunately yesterday in practice she tore her ACL. So another ACL for the Eagles. We've got 3 girls out now with torn ACLs and another girl out with an MCL. So hasn't been a great season for the Eagles when it comes to injuries. It seems like an epidemic for the girls. I know boys get it too, but it just seems so much more frequent with the girls. So Megan Mix took a shot. Nice save by the goalie, but great little interception by Julia Dorsey. 2 Eagles fighting over the ground ball. And then the Patriots come away with it. We had the ball. Oh, nice job on the defensive side. That's Abby Wilhelm was in on defense now. Another whistle by the same ref who doesn't like any love taps, doesn't like shooting space.
Is that Abby who took that thing away?
But Abby got the interception. Shout out to Abby Wilhelm, who's in the house here. Nice sophomore, headed off to Princeton in 3 years. Oh, nice job. Isabel Webster, nice dish to Bethany Lally, but she gets hammered by the goalie. And no whistle. I'm not really sure I understand that. Her shot went over the goal, but kind of hard to shoot when you're on your back. And I'm trying to see. Oh, Rachel Ward's in the game now, Hap. So yes, Coach Chris getting everybody some experience today. Love that. Emma Sheddick with the ball, off to Megan Mix. Back to Webby, who's off to Bethany Lally. Bethany's coming around the crease. Looks like, she made a nice move on her girl. Back around the other way. Abby, nice shot. Nice shot, Bethany Lally. She came around to the left, faked like she was going to continue left, came back around to the right, and shot left-handed with a nice bounce shot. Literally bounced right underneath the crossbar. So not a whole lot the goalie's going to do on that. But a nice, pretty shot, Bethany Lally, for a 15-7 lead for the Eagles. Nice assist, number 22, Isabel Webster. So we're back to the middle here with Kayla Abernathy taking her spot as normal, right in the center of the field. And who do we have? Looks like we've got Julia and maybe Emma Sheddig on the circle. And Julia, looked like Julia beat her girl. And then the Patriot got a little aggressive there and hit Kayla's stick when it had no ball in it. So we all know what that means. It's eagle ball. Kayla dishes it off to Emma Sheddig, who then takes it across the restraining line, gives it back to Kayla Abernathy.
Steve? I was texting the last goal. What did...
We won the draw.
Who got it, did you see?
Emma Sheddig got it. Julia kind of swept it out, but couldn't quite get the ground ball, but swept it out to Julia. Excuse me, not to Julia. Julia swept it out to Emma Sheddig. Now, Emma Sheddig's out. She's going unabated to the goal. Nice little dish off. But Megan Mix, smart play by the junior. You know, it's 1:20 left. No need to shoot. And pulls it back out.
I just looked down again.
But then we took a shot. I think that was Rachel Ward who took the shot, but the goalie actually literally stuck her stick on Rachel's stick. So it literally was a handoff from Rachel Ward to the goalie. Now the goalie's got it. Tried to outlet it, but then Rachel Ward's hot after the ground ball. Patriot gets it, though. She dishes it off to her teammate who's at midfield. Still doesn't have control of it, though. 4 Eagles hot in pursuit. She runs right between us, and the ref didn't like Julia's little love tap there. So a whistle on the Eagles. 52 seconds to go. 15-7 Eagle lead. I think, as Jerry Sandusky says, it looks like the hay might be in the barn here, folks. Nice feed into the middle by the Patriots, and she took a bullet, but went above the crossbar. It was a quick stick, and he called shooting space. I don't know how you determine a quick stick like that, but anyway, these guys have enjoyed the I think that's their favorite call, Hap. Girl's got a free position and goes up top. Tall girl, looks like she's probably about 5'10", comes up high like Maddie Jenner likes to do, and dumps it over Olivia's over her stick. But a tough play for the goalie. She was pretty much unabated on a free position shot. Makes it a 15-8 Eagles lead. 37.9 ticks left on the clock, Hap. How those thumbs working? You get some good Twitter going?
Tweet.
Hopefully everybody's out there being able to follow what we're doing, what we're saying, what we're tweeting. All thumbs here on the Patriots sideline. Another whistle on the Eagles. They give the Patriots the draw, and they send her all the... Now, see, I don't understand that, Hap. She was almost at the restraining line when the foul occurred, and they make her go all the way back to midfield. So it's a penalty on us, but you actually penalize the offensive team by moving her back 15 yards. Anyway, I guess that's why I'm not a referee. Patriots with the ball, 17 seconds to go. Coming around, nice defense. Abby Wilhelm and Marge maybe it was just Abby Wilhelm. I don't even think Marge is in there. Wow, that looked like great defense by Julia Dorsey. Not sure how that was a...
What do you think? Think, Steve, we can hold him out for 6.7 seconds?
I hope so. I'd like to see no cheap goal here.
I tell you, it happens.
So we've got no free position as it was off to the side of the goal. Oh, she's going to see her girl cutting across it. Tries to shoot, but who was that? Hannah Roth with a nice... She not only knocks it out of her stick for a forced turnover, but also picks up the ground ball. So just a nice defensive effort to finish out the game. 0 ticks on the clock. 15-8 victory for the Eagles for their final regular season game in what I used to call the MSA. Of course, that was 30-some years ago. But now it's the IAAM or something like that, Hap?
Well,
what's the proper acronym?
IAAM. The boys is the MIAA.
Yeah, why is it different?
I think, I have no idea.
Our audience probably doesn't care, do they?
No.
Well, anyway, everybody, thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Wish you could have been here with us, but since you couldn't, hope you enjoyed listening to another Eagle victory. 15-8 versus the Patriots of John Carroll. Hapster, any final thoughts before we sign off?
No, I thought that was a pretty solid second half. And we're now off to Sykesville to play Century on Thursday.
And by the way, that's a night game, folks. 6:30 start. Hapster and Thaxter will be broadcasting again for your listening pleasure. For those who can't make it out to the game,
and that's
we'll
going to be
keep
another
you
tough
informed
game
and
for the Eagles.
Let you know how things are going.
So
have a great couple of days.
We're signing off here. Final score: Eagles 15, John Carroll Patriots 8.
Take care.